I got so excited because it was like you would put this thing. It was like 1 trillion valuation. OpenAI, Claude is better, and I'm thinking, wow, she put something in the notes for the business section there. That's really awesome because we were just talking about that last week. And then you're like, actually, you sent me a text, so I just threw it in there.
You had sent me an article. I don't know what the valuation was. Do you remember what you sent me?
Well, I think you're now that you've referenced that it's sending it to you. I might have sent you
Maybe
something.
it wasn't a valuation. It was an acquisition or an investor. It was
no. I think what you're confusing or what you're saying is that SpaceX was going public, filing an IPO, and it's going to make Elon Musk the first trillionaire.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case.
I don't know.
You can look it back up.
I'm gonna look while we just discuss. But you have been saying.
So I have been a huge OpenAI proponent. I've been using it for a little bit now, probably at least a year and a half. And what's interesting is that when I first started using it, it was interesting because I just started kind of playing with it, blah, 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 but it's gotten better and better and better. The last 4 months, I have been using Claude more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you, Claude takes longer to build a response, but I truly believe the response is superior, like just superior in terms of its thinking, its rationale, how it approaches it, way better. By the way, if I yawn, it's because I just came off of a homeinspections.com webinar. It was the first one on our new.
Well, that shouldn't make you yawn.
I've been talking for an hour. So it's like the first week of a 30-week straight. Well, technically we need to skip probably 4th of July week. I didn't put that in the plans. Crap. We're not going to make it by the Halloween. It's 30 weeks, which gets us to Halloween. And so by October 30th, I will have presented to 150 cities in a webinar style format. I will most likely have talked to 600 inspectors and 3,000 inspectors. And our goal is to onboard 200 of those inspectors into the platform, which equates to roughly, if I round up 7 per week.
Oh, I was going to ask what percentage that is, what close rate.
Our close rate is actually pretty decent. So right now, our show up rate to the webinar is hovering around 60%. And we're closing, of the 60% that show up, then we're closing about 30%. So theoretically, off of today's webinar, I should close 2 people. And
well,
we
I
have
think
one for
the
so we'll be at 3.
The last couple of podcasts, you've been losing your voice, and I think that we need to start doing this earlier.
Well, that's why we film Moonlight or Die first thing in the morning, because I do talk throughout the day, and so I find that even in that podcast, I'm like, rawr, 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 rawr. That'll make a good short.
You yawning?
Like a Chewbacca.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, sorry. But I am super pumped because the team's been working really hard on the onboarding sequences to get home inspections. And part of it is that, there are third-party apps that we can use for emails and doing that. But we wanted to integrate everything into where they're at inside of our own software and system. So like if they're getting caught up on something and they're onboarding, if they are, we can send messages and pull in like real-time search volume, real-time alerts, etc. And so by having it integrated in our platform, it's just a much more superior funnel, kind of like system for onboarding.
That's amazing.
And then we're going to roll this out into some of our other platforms because it's, it should be and it's AI powered. So unlike other things, like if we want to change something in the funnel, we just go into the AI notes and we just say, hey, we've introduced this new thing. So there's no like funnel building where you drag and drop and move things around and set timers. This is all literally just based off of AI, looking at it and being like, oh, this person's here. Let me move them to this funnel. Send them this email. Yay.
Wow.
Are you excited?
I am so excited.
Are you as excited as me?
No.
And then the other thing that we're doing is that when we
is.
log in, we have a great nifty dashboard, which kind of shows us our metrics of people signing up and conversions and stuff. and everything is based off of new, right? So like you see new signups today, new things today, and so we're gonna put a cumulative drop down in, so we can see the growth, right? So it'll be like,
Hey,
I'm pretty excited about that.
that is very exciting.
So, and we also implemented a new Google Business profile in the sign up process as well. And Google did respond back to me about our website being malicious. I think at some point, whoever owned this website beforehand.
Our website being malicious?
Malicious, yes. Google had flagged it for malicious content. And so.
Homeinspections.com?
Yeah, yeah. And so we have not been able to get it through Google right now and all these approvals. And so I have literally been on the horn with them for the last week and a half. Yeah, it's intense. The battle.
Stop yawning.
I am literally fighting some serious freaking battles. Matter of fact, if you look on the board out there, it says little big effing things to tackle. And we've got a couple of them crossed off. As you know, and it's also on our list.
The app.
We submitted that homeinspections.com app for review. And it got rejected like 4 times. And then they were like, yeah, your app's just not for the public. It's for just individual. You're in the wrong distribution category. And I'm like, no, first of all, you do not. That's like the death. That's like the death category, right? And I'm like, no. And then so all weekend, right? Like I'm getting the updates. Oh, rejected. I'm like refiling. Give me a new bill. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going back and forth. I'm having Claude literally rewrite me like novels on how to argue these points. And then Easter morning was Sunday. And it got rejected again on Sunday after I had just spent like 2 days waiting, right? And so, I was probably pretty defeated. Like I was just like, oh, I'm so pissed. Like I needed to like let out anger, but it was also Easter, right? Like Jesus rose from the grave. It's like a day to celebrate. And here I am, like my app needs to raise from the grave. Okay. And so you said something to me.
We just compared our app to Jesus. Okay.
To Jesus, all things are possible. So literally, I'm sitting there, and you looked at me, and I was upset, and you were worried that it was going to ruin my whole day, and I was like, it's not going to ruin my whole day. I just need to be angry right now. Like I just need to be angry. Like it's okay for me to be angry and upset.
Yes.
Like no one else is upset or angry. Like no one else even knows this is going on. I just want to be angry in my house. Like, I just need to go outside and and you said something to me and I was like, look, all you have to do is just come up. All I need you to do, come up, just hug me and be like, everything's going to be okay. Like, it's going to be okay.
I did do that.
Because deep down, I know it's going to be okay. But in that moment, I just want to just rip my shirt off and just scream and like hit sticks together.
That's okay. You're in your summer bod vibe anyway. Your shirt probably wasn't even on.
Probably not. Maybe.
No. So it was Easter weekend, which was a really nice weekend, a busy one for us. We hosted just our, aunt and uncle and my mom and dad, and it was wonderful. And Abigail this year was old enough to, have some fun to eat the meal. And
that's right.
She didn't
Last year she was a baby.
Yeah, she was an itty bitty baby. So it was not her first Easter. She did actually scream when we put the hat on her.
I remember.
But this year we gave her an Easter basket that had a demonic bunny inside that she was not a huge fan of. Yeah, it's like it was
a hopping bunny.
She's really into saying that bunnies go hop, hop, hop.
Because she has a song that goes hop, hop, hop.
I mean, I made it up if she does. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a house
bunnies,
party.
They go. Oh, the house party song.
Yeah, doesn't that say hop, hop, hop?
Probably, yeah. Jump like a bunny, up and down. Hop, hop, hop. Now spin around. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Stomp your feet like a dinosaur with a big, loud dino roar. That's so sad. She hasn't even hit the button in probably 3 months. So the fact that just came to me, it's embedded in my brain.
I have so much Encanto in my brain right now.
So bad. I know.
We watch so much.
We don't know. First of all, we don't watch anything. Me and Abigail never watch TV. TV's never on. But Chris does do Saturday morning cartoons, except she's 1 year old and she's only ever watched two things, Moana and Encanto. So you can imagine the number of Saturday mornings to split two movies over the course of not
she's
even
also
a
got
year,
a Tony,
'cause she
and so in the Tony, it's literally
sings the songs. Yeah,
got the same songs.
But
I
anyway,
need to give her.
So we were talking about
Frozen.
Easter. So we literally Saturday I did my grocery shopping, which was just talk about waiting till the last minute. I mean, it
Yeah.
was really
Not a
silly
good- not
of
a good
me.
idea.
No, Whole Foods was out of Christini's. I had to make my own. There was all kinds of stuff. But we ended up prepping all of the meal that day. You always set up all the table. I always prep all the food. And so Sunday comes, and yes, it's like we're having this wonderful morning. We're on time for
Wonderful
everything.
morning.
It was so lovely. Abigail did look for eggs, like quote unquote. I mean,
It took like 4 or 5 eggs, and then she started to get it. Like, oh my gosh, there's an egg. I'm gonna go grab it.
and put it in my basket. Yeah, it was like took a minute, but she did catch on, and so that was cute.
Next year will be out of control. By the
And
way,
so then, out of nowhere, you didn't even say like I'm going downstairs to do work or whatever. You just like disappeared. And I'm like prepping and getting ready in the kitchen, and I'm like, where is he? So I was like, hey, is
Okay.
everything all right? Or whatever. Like,
And so
where are you?
Because on my phone, I got the email that said that the app was disapproved, but you can't see the reason why. So I have to journey down to
So
my
he went down,
desktop.
but he was missing in action forever, which means he was just stewing downstairs. So then he came up and he was like, I mean, on fire, furious. Like I don't think I've seen you that mad about something with work in a long time. You were like, they rejected the app again. And I was very focused on
By the way,
Easter.
I've pinned our entire livelihood on this project.
Well, I pinned my entire weekend on a good meal. And
which
so,
was going to be amazing.
yeah, so I was like prepping everything, and my mind was very.
What would you rate that meal on a scale 1 to 10?
You know what? Unfortunately, honestly, a 4 or a 5.
Really, I would have given it a solid 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, like so. It's so funny because last night, Beck is an amazing cook. Like, I mean,
Thank
remember,
you. You're very
when
sweet.
she says 4 or 5, it's pretty much better than any of you guys listening.
I didn't
Just so
say
you know.
that. I was comparing to myself.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Just to be
so
clear.
when she says 4 or 5,
Compared to other
it
people, like
means
I saw
it's
pictures
still
of
way
other
better than
people's
whatever you're
Easters.
eating, but it's like her level.
No, like some people were like scooping
So-
out macaroni salad and having ribs. It's like,
Yeah, trust me. There's so much judging when you're posting pictures. Beck's judging.
no, I'm not. I think it looks lovely. Like family comes together. Like you bought hummus and pita chips for your appetizers. That's fine.
Yeah,
Don't invite me.
But
but no,
don't
I'm
invite,
kidding.
exactly.
No, you can invite me, and I'll
But
enjoy
see,
it.
in Beck's world, it's like if you don't, it's okay if you bought something, but at least put the little bit of extra effort to remove it from the Publix packaging
and put it
in a bowl.
If it's hummus, like drizzle it with some extra like paprika, salt, and
Yeah,
pepper, and
juice
olive
it up.
oil. Like
Make it nice.
zhuzh.
Zhuzh.
It needs to be zhuzhed.
Just zhuzh it.
Yes, a little bit of zhuzh.
A little bit of zhuzh.
But anyway, so we made a meal. The appetizers were good. You know what? Everything needed work. I could look at everything that I did, but I'll also give myself some
But
credit.
I will tell you.
I'm pregnant and I have a 1-year-old, so things could have been worse.
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh, absolutely. And first of all, the wine was excellent.
You guys,
your choice was amazing.
This is an absolute crime. So Camus is a very nice red wine, if you don't know. And he was like, "Oh, we've had the Camus for a very long time." And he was like, "Should we open the Should I open the Camus today? I'll share it with your mom."
Yes, I wanted your
And it's
mom
a holiday.
to have it.
And my answer right away was yes, absolutely. And even though I'm pregnant, I said, you know what? I might even have a sip. That's all I said. And I have not, do what you will on your own time. I don't care. I'm not judging. I might judge your macaroni salad, but I'm not judging you drinking if you're pregnant or not. So anyway, well, I mean, we don't want fetal alcohol. So there would be a certain.
We're judging.
You're having a bottle of wine tonight.
We're going to judge. Who's not going to say anything?
No, you can do whatever you want to do. I've chosen not to, but I was like, oh, I might have a sip from your glass, which is hilarious because we ended up pouring myself maybe 2 sips in a glass with ice.
Yeah, it's like
and then like posted the picture on Facebook, and I was like, well, now the world's judging me thinking I'm an alcoholic.
Seriously.
But anyway, he opened this bottle, and my mom, I mean, I think she had a glass from it, but she wasn't really like looking to drink.
She didn't want a big glass.
She didn't really want to drink a lot on Easter, probably because she's been having a great time watching the March Madness games and
Which, by the
out
way,
with
she
lots of
won
friends. I know she
the whole
won
thing
the bracket,
in our family bracket.
which every year my uncle's like, Aggie's going to win again. She's going to win again. And
has she won the last couple of years?
She's won the last few years in a row. And she goes, this year I even intentionally just like picked bad teams because I thought, that Bob was going to be like, oh, she won again.
Whatever. She can say that.
Anyway.
There's no way. That woman's a winner.
She is. She's got the Van Team luck for sure.
Yeah.
But
I used AI to determine my brackets.
Which you announced on here before. And it got you pretty far.
It got me pretty far. Matter of fact, it was between me and Aggie to win.
No, it was between my mom and Aunt Diane.
No.
Yeah. Your team lost.
If
then
Alabama would have won, then
we don't even. Was it Alabama or Arizona?
Whatever.
We did this
Our last
time.
name's an A, so it was an A team.
Right.
So if they won, I would have won.
But my mom won.
Michigan won. Then it was between her and
yes. And I actually was in the running to be the last place
but
winner.
you needed Michigan to lose too.
Right, because
you and I were very close aligned. If you and I would have won, we would have won the top and the last.
And the bottom, yeah. But my brother-in-law stole last place, so there you go.
Golly, what a shyster.
I know. But so Easter Day comes. My mom's not drinking very much. We have this, what is it, $80 for a bottle of Camus or something.
Yeah.
And so
it's a gift from one of our close friends.
Yeah, it's very nice. And so he opens it. And then, first of all, if I opened a bottle of wine when I was not pregnant, it would be gone and a second bottle would have been open on the holiday.
Like the
an hour.
Appetizers.
No, it
wouldn't.
Matter
of fact, because you judged your meal at 4 or 5, it probably would have been gone sooner.
Maybe. Yeah. And so anyway, only the entire day, everyone was over all afternoon and left at night. And there was still half a bottle.
And I had 2 glasses.
Half a bottle of Camus on my counter.
So
there I am through the week. 2 days go by.
Did you dump that out?
No, I didn't dump it out.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Okay.
But like who drinks red wine that's been open for 3 days? It's like
this guy.
No. Yuck. Red wine has a day, maybe 2. And Camus is a nice wine, so sure, we'll give it to them. But like...
It stopped.
Anyway. So I've had to stare at it. It's like an absolute crime that the bottle was open and not drank all at once. Then it's a crime to sit on my counter and stare at me in the face. And it's a felony that it is now Wednesday and it's still not gone.
Well, first of all, I'm actually... There's actually a lot of room for concern here. Okay? Because I have been pretty much the sole drinker, even though that you and your mom had a small glass. I have been the sole drinker, and this bottle has lasted 3 days, which means to me that when we open up wine and that wine's gone, like the next day.
I see what you're saying, that I'm the culprit, but we know that.
Yeah, and there's a song. They wrote a song after you.
There's a hole in the bottle. That is my song.
First of all, I feel like this is the singing podcast today.
Yeah, it could be. There are other podcasts where we break out in song, but we could make it that way.
Well, we've already done 2. If we do a 3, it'd be like the song trifecta today.
We'll have to figure it out. It'll come. The moment will come to us.
It's going to come.
Yeah. Now I feel like I'm like trying to force it.
Oh gosh, I'm looking at the notes seeing if I can find a song. I'm like, is there a song about Claude?
No, there has to just be like a moment or a word
Clarice.
that's a movie quote.
I know.
But so anyway, but Easter was really good. We did do a menu. Oh, you know what I didn't even write on the list?
What?
So at 5 a.m. on Easter morning, I woke up. I was making a shrimp linguine for the pasta course.
The
I
great
was doing
pasta
the
battle
shrimp
of 26.
scampi. Yes. Everyone always tells me if you do a pasta course, then you shouldn't do a main dinner because people aren't hungry enough, which I love having a pasta course before the main dinner.
Especially if it's a cold pasta course.
It wasn't cold.
No, but I like cold pasta.
No, it's like pasta salad.
Yeah, that's what I like.
That's like for a barbecue on the 4th of July.
Okay, where are you going with this? Are we going with my magic?
I was going to give
win?
you credit until you started talking about cold pasta course. Anyway,
so first of all, this story goes back a little bit further, which is, we are both very
particular,
and also strong people. Like we're very
strong-minded,
and that can be great in a lot of cases. It can also like be very like detrimental in some cases. And so she's planning this whole
very
order.
Detrimental is a strong term.
It's well, yeah. I mean, it's not like we're gonna like break up, something. But what I am gonna say is that we're sitting here, and you plan this entire amazing meal out, and you were like, "What do you want?" You asked me what I want. Like, I just want a pasta shrimp dish, but I want just a little bit of pasta. Like I want the shrimp to be the star Matter of fact, I should have told you that. Like Gordon Ramsay, the shrimp is the star, not the pasta. Oh no, Bobby Flay, right? Isn't he the one that said, yeah. Beat Bobby Flay. And Beat Bobby Flay, you got to it's always like, make this apricot the star, right? You can have all kinds of other things, but it's got to be the star. I wanted
it's like
shrimp.
Literally every cooking show ever. But yes, continue.
Look. Okay, I wanted the shrimp to be the star, and I was like, I want pasta, but I want very little of it. And you're like, no, I want to make a pasta roll. And so we got into this thing about pasta. And ultimately, I was just like...
I said it will be a small amount, but it's not going to be 4 pieces.
Right. And so our definition of pasta...
So then I was like, I'll do a shrimp appetizer. And I was doing it, a scampi is like a lemon butter sauce. So I was like, I'll do it in a cast iron. I'll cook the shrimp and I'll have crostinis anyway. And so the shrimp can just be part of the appetizers and people can dunk the bread in the sauce and it'll be just as good, but not as filling. It won't be a separate course, easier. And he was like, all I asked for was a pasta. And I was like, well, I was going to do the pasta. Then everyone tells me it's too much. So it's this whole back and forth.
I wanted just a little bit of pasta.
And I told him I'd do a little bit of pasta. So there we were.
Then Easter morning, we're lying there kind of waiting to kind of get up for the day. It's like 5 a.m. For some reason, we're both wide awake.
We're always up.
And so you're showing me like, this is kind of what I had envisioned because we had the pasta gate the day before. So we went back and forth on the pasta on Saturday.
But I bought the pasta. It was like, it was going to be a possibility.
You were doing what you wanted.
I was going to deliver.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, I woke up and I was like, I really want to be able to twirl the pasta like they do on the plate, like the long twirl, what they use like the big tweezers.
Yeah.
And they like twirl it around and then like put it on the plate.
And so you asked me,
perfect
do we have
little log. Yeah, because I was going to try to improvise.
Right. You're like, I like, no, but I think we have skewers somewhere.
Wouldn't have worked. Yeah.
And so ultimately, she's like saying what these things are. And I go onto Amazon and I can get
pasta tweezers
delivered same day by Amazon
between 2 and 4
on Easter Sunday.
So I'm not kidding.
And
you guys,
no. The delivery window was 2 to 6.
2 to 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So the pasta
so no guarantee.
The pasta course was served.
But I also have to order $25 worth of stuff.
Right. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I got 2 pasta twirlers, some cottonelle, and something else.
Anyway, if the pasta course was served at, let's call it 4:30, the pasta tweezers showed up at like 4:15.
4:15. Like, it was amazing.
So we washed them and I used them and it plated well.
It was actually very amazing.
It's amazing how it works.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But what blows me away is that you can literally get something as unique as pasta twirlers
the same day.
Same day.
On a holiday when all stores are closed.
And then I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, because I like the fact here that we have holidays and stuff like that. We try to take off the Christmas break. But I'm sitting there like, am I making someone work today? Or they would be working no matter what, and I'm just helping. Oh, you mean by ordering the pasta tweezers? Yeah, like, is that wrong?
They'd be working no matter what. I mean, I guess if the entire world was like, don't order anything today so nobody has to work. Well,
Publix was closed, so their people could have off.
Yeah, just depends.
Which is bizarre because there's other holidays where it's like only closed in the morning.
Yeah.
Or it's open in the morning and then closed.
I think Christmas Day and Easter Day are the only lunch. 2 days.
And so I think that's why they're closed.
Whole Foods was open in the morning.
Also, well, Whole Foods is,
because they cater. They cater.
But who owns Whole Foods?
I don't know.
Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. I did know that.
Yeah,
I did because Amazon shows my grocery order. It's like we don't need to see that. Stop showing what I bought at the grocery store in my Amazon basket.
Pepto, and it was just like, okay, this is going to be delivered and ordered through Walgreens, and I was like, I don't want this delivered through Walgreens. Like, I'm scared to push the button on here. I don't want a horrible who's going to show up at my door from Walgreens?
Someone came from Walgreens. Does Amazon own Walgreens now?
No, I don't think so. Or it was CVS. But the point is, though, it wasn't being delivered from Amazon. It was being delivered from CVS. And I thought, is this a DoorDasher that's going to pick up my stuff and bring? I didn't understand.
Oh, don't you get mixed up with DoorDash? Oh, we already talked about the Weston Amanda situation from Summer House, but I was just gonna say the whole Carl thing because the whole Carl's a mess.
Carl's a mess.
Yeah,
we need a shirt that says Carl's a mess. By
the way. Don't worry, the merch is being made. I'm sure, but anyway, Carl and Lindsay from Summer House were engaged and they broke off the engagement, so they don't follow each other on social media. But DoorDash had them. This whole Carl's a Mess thing has blown up so big that DoorDash actually had them do an ad together where Lindsay's like handing him tissues and saying like, "Are you okay?" Because it's just so ironic given their situation. And Lindsay's like, "I unblocked him for this because we're both in the ad." But
so
props
funny that
to
she's
them.
I'll
had
tell you
him
what,
blocked for this
people will
long.
do anything for money.
Well, and it's crazy because they live in the same house together. So it's like you invite him to your housewarming, but you still weren't following him on social media, or he wasn't following you.
First of all, you can't not invite Carl because it's kind of like a Summer House thing. And you're referencing last night's episode.
Right.
What I thought was so weird is that she still feels the need to just dig on Carl.
I know.
I'm not sure Carl is okay.
Carl's a mess. He
Carl's
was a mess. He's still a mess.
I'll tell you what, like we were talking about last night about watching some earlier, because I kind of came into Summer House at probably season 4.
Yeah, I can't remember. I have no idea. I don't.
And I need to go see. I need to go see some early Carl.
I have no clue what season we're on right now. But you know
10.
what I was going to say is that DoorDash or any company, it's so interesting these days how much just the world and what's going on in the world can impact these companies, and like what kind of budget do you have to sit there and go, this is crazy right now that this is happening. Like within, it all came from Kyle, one of the main characters of Summer House, in an interview on the streets of New York being like, I mean, the whole cast is that Carl's a mess, like about a totally different situation. So it's hilarious. And so, but what's crazy is within 2 days, 3 days of him saying it on the streets of New York, that interview was everywhere online. DoorDash contacted Carl and Lindsay, got them to film an ad associated to this video that blew up overnight, and then got the ad edited and published and out there within a week before the episode even aired. Like, I mean, it's just crazy how
it is pretty
fast.
amazing.
Like and a company of that size too. Like, there's got to be hoops to jump through when it comes to just budgets and approvals.
No, I mean, think
and
about the marketing
ads
person. Like, hey, you have imagine you, right? Because
that's what I'm saying.
Marketing,
I
right?
am marketing.
If you have a budget,
right?
First of all, you are not one to get something approved. If you're very much the type that's like, hey, I have a budget and you have a goal.
Some people
for me to
are
do.
like, ask for forgiveness later. I'm 100% the person that, like, unless you find out, like, I'm not asking for forgiveness. And even if there's been a mistake made, I'm very unlikely to apologize unless I seriously messed up. Like, if I had good intentions and thought it was going to be like good for the business, but otherwise, like, I don't feel the need to say sorry.
I would love to be able to kind of react that fast and just have walk into the office and you guys all be like, hey, this happened last night. Here's a T-shirt.
Well, money has a lot to do with it.
I know. We don't have that.
Well, we'll get it. Money makes the world go round.
We just need marketing.
And it is amazing what you can do without a budget. But if you're going to start trying to actually get famous people that you need to pay for a job. But it's just the scheduling alone.
I'm not saying any famous people, just me famous. Just film me doing something. I'm going to wear, Carl's a Mess. A year later, Carl's a Mess. That's my shirt by the time I get to it.
A year later?
Yeah, a year later.
There you go.
That's on the small print on the top. A year later, Carl's a Mess.
I don't know how that would go over. Maybe good. Summer Should Be Fun is still a hit.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what's happening because everything's blowing up right now.
Everything's blowing up. I know, but I was just commenting on their great marketing techniques. Things are very busy right now, both here and just in the marketing world in general, in my marketing world.
In your marketing world, yeah, you're definitely teetering on just a lot going on.
Yeah, we've got a client that's got a lot of needs.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. We have another client in the software space and stuff, and they are notorious for testing and production. And they're like, oh, this stuff's happening, this happened. I'm like, yeah, but you guys aren't testing in dev. Like, you're doing. It's like all you're doing is finding all your issues in real life and production when you could just be doing it in dev, and then everything would be perfect when you go to production. And so it's definitely.
So do they mess up production when they do it?
Yeah, it's a fucking disaster. Yeah, it's a disaster. Like they're sitting there like, yeah,
you gotta train your clients.
Yeah, literally, there's a ton of cash sitting there. Like, yeah, we just the whole Stripe deposit flow wasn't working. It was because they took money out of it and then but didn't put it back in.
Oh dear.
And so then they couldn't pay. It was a rippling effect. And so like, yeah, we just wrote them checks, and we're like, so you have money in the account, you wrote checks out, your ledger is like all screwed up, and it's like, and we're just like, just give us a breakdown and we'll manually fix it all for you.
Well, and it's so interesting. I remember this brings me back years before when you get people either not even necessarily to QA, but you get these people who are meant to be like SMEs, like subject matter experts, and you want them to use the software and they've got like so many opinions. Like you came into a meeting and you showed them something and they're like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And you're like, well, go in, use it as it's meant to function. Give us notes, whatever. And they were like, everything's terrible. And we would be like, well, we can see that you haven't used your login.
Yeah, like, I mean, do you think we're dumb?
You're like, it is a technology, and we can see if you've used it or not. So thanks for your opinions.
Well, what's really funny is I was giving a demo earlier in the week on a new software, and I don't want to be too particular on it because I might give too much away. And
okay.
They're a client, basically.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
So, but anyway, what happened is they asked me, they go, well, have you looked at these other softwares? And I said, no, this is how I live my life in software.
Right. You
don't.
I
do not. I have not looked at them.
You don't want to be biased.
I don't want to be
biased
and see how someone else solved
designed it or functions.
I want to solve it the way I think magic should magic.
Yeah. Intuitiveness.
It should work and it should flow. And they're literally like, oh yeah, you should totally do this. So then we demo it. I'm like, well, why don't we just show it to you,
the way that I intended. Yeah.
And then they're happening. They're like, oh wow, like
this is better.
Well, you know what? My other software does this. And I'm like, well, why don't we show you this right here? They're like, oh, so wait a second. So this magically just happens and it magically goes across all three, and then I don't have to redo. Oh,
I feel like you're giving a lot away now. I don't know who the client is, but
it's okay. It's vague enough.
I'm giving details.
Yeah, in my story, I'm replaying it and I'm living it, and I'm just getting like there's a certain part of
there
validation.
Has to be a sense of pride. That's what I was going to say. I was saying like
where you're like
they are
like,
impressed.
oh wow, this is really cool, and that's why I know like in the software world, if you're out there and you're building software. Building is the easiest thing to do. Getting adoption, people to use it, and making money is the hardest piece of all software. And you have to have enough money to get through that. Like that's the key altogether. And I'm not even sure.
Did you hear him on the huddle this morning? Do you hear it every time now? He says all together all the time.
Did I say it on the huddle this morning?
Many times.
You know, we did the company huddle this morning, and so if you guys aren't doing this, it would depend, even when your company's small. We did it here when we only just a few people. It was like 5 of us, and I like did the huddle. Remember that, Maria? Like it was just like all of us, and we're like all in the same room, like on headsets probably. And I'm giving the huddle or whatever because we had overseas people to log in and stuff. But the point is that you give this update and you let everyone know what's going on in the company and everything. I try to be as transparent as possible. And but there are times that like I'm sitting there and I'm like, you don't want to do a huddle if you don't have like all the positiveness, right? Like you just want to sit there and be like, everything's amazing. Look at this, right? But the moment you have anything negative, you're like, yeah, and by the way, we're not really hitting this goal and this is really bad and everything. And I don't want it to be a downer where people are like,
not really bad.
That huddle really sucked.
Well, or like that it creates worry. And I think, so this is such an interesting point to bring up in business in general. And that is, one, communication and transparency. And two, employee perception.
Everything's on fire.
Well, it's a very fine line.
But isn't it always on fire? I feel like everything's on fire.
In business, yeah. I mean, even if it's good, things are moving quickly and you want to like stay relevant in the market. But what I was going to say is I've worked for companies who are very transparent about financials. And then it's like all of a sudden, to your point, if the financials aren't great, it's like, well, you can either stop. First of all, it's your decision if you want to share in the first place or not. Not a lot of companies share financials.
No one does.
It's a great idea if you want to be that open. But here's the thing. A lot of times when you share things like financials, like an actual P&L in a business, 90% of your company, and I say this as someone who is an executive for a company who sat down with private equity firms and boards and looked at P&Ls for years. It took me some time to know exactly what I was looking at. Like,
sure.
I mean, you know more than I do, but even me, who was like very much privy to conversations surrounding it and aspects that would influence the numbers that I'm looking at, I still was like, I needed to really digest it and like look for a minute. When you just share something quickly on a screen, it's like people can't understand it, or what they do understand, they might take away from it. It could be a million different things. It could be like you're sharing a bad number and someone's like, we made how many million last month? And you're like, no. That was like, we passed through those costs. And then it was an expense on the other side, And so like, sometimes people are like, that's amazing. And other times people look at it and they're like doom and gloom. And you're like, no, we showed you like the numbers. Yes, they're going down, but we planned for this. And like, it's a slow season. So it's really hard to
It's like a no. It really is a no-win.
But it's the same as you could say that about the largest issues, like sharing your financials, or you could say that about the smallest things, like getting someone a free T-shirt for an event and then being like, I can't believe it's fucking purple. And you're like, well, enjoy your free purple T-shirt. We
just gave away some shirts.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
But
we did a nice little.
But I think it's interesting too, because I'll never forget probably one of the best employees I've ever had. I trusted when I was working at my previous company and shared a lot of the challenges that the company was going through, because I, as a human, didn't see them as a negative, but more as something that needed a solution. It was not doom and gloom for me as an employee. It was more of, okay, well, how can we work together in our roles to take control and attempt to fix this, or do what we can to fix our part? And that person that I was confiding in found another job. And so I was like, maybe I overshared, and maybe that person was younger at the time. Either it was just like a great opportunity came up, or a great opportunity came up and they were nothing good's happening over here.
A very, very similar experience there, where I was overseeing development at Stock down in Naples, and big developer, small family, big developer, and literally my next direct report was the owner's son, who was really running everything, and they were doing some amazing things. And the boss that had left, which got me promoted to that position, he was just like doom and gloom on real estate, everything else going, and he was moving to Sarasota, and extended a job offer to me to move up here, which is how I moved to Sarasota. But he painted that same picture, and so I was like, I got to jump ship. Everyone's going under. And
so you were the one that jumped.
I jumped because I thought, and I jumped up here. Now the guy that replaced me is still there today.
Really?
Yeah. And they've done amazing things. They got through the downturn. They did everything else.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I might be living in Naples at this point.
And I think it depends on who you.
I might not have ever met you then.
You maybe not.
So I gave up. I like to look at it as I gave that job up for you.
Oh, thanks. And Abigail and Pepper.
Yeah.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say is it depends on who you are too, because you have to be valuable to a company, and like skill sets change in your different roles, and what you bring to the table too. Like you have to be in the right mindset, because I interviewed someone the other day, and they pretty much said, the job that I currently have, not kidding you, these words were said, I would have to murder somebody to get fired.
Right.
And I joked and said, well, how much of a guarantee would I have at a new role? And I was like, well, you probably wouldn't get fired for murdering somebody.
Did you say that?
I was like, but, your role can't be guaranteed like that. Like there's some jobs like in government and associations and whatever, wherever you are that like feel very guaranteed. And I was kind of like, and it was one of those, well, I know that there's been economic issues, in the past that have created downturns or layoffs for similar companies or dynamics. And it was like, so what if that were to happen again? And it was kind of like, well, even in the worst of times, unless a company's closing its doors, which is horrible, it's kind of like, well, who are you and what do you bring to the table? Because even if there was a team of 10 people and they needed to go down to one, I strongly believe, and this is very overconfident and egotistical of me, that I'd be the one. Like,
so they just let everyone go and you just stay. The owner would go, just be you.
Maybe. Not in every job or every role, but in certain positions that I've held, yeah. Like, I feel like I could take on the role. You could let go of a lot of people where I could pick up those pieces until a certain extent. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm the next one, you know?
I feel like, we've seen that happen a lot where it's like, you know,
but my point was, do you trust in yourself enough? Are you valuable enough? Do you bring enough value to the table? Can you wear multiple hats?
Right.
Because if you're going to jump ship and you're going to get in a position like that,
why did that person want to leave? If they were there until they killed someone.
Yeah. Why does everybody want to leave? They want change, challenge, growth.
Oh, okay.
You know.
All right. Fair enough.
But
or maybe they're just planning to kill somebody. Get out of there.
Maybe they already did.
Yeah, you just shared a thing last night. You were telling me about a show that you had watched, and I do not want to talk about it. I listened to you for a long time last night. I had to stretch. I had to pull from that secret bucket that I hold.
No, this was horrible.
No, we're not going to talk about it. But I will tell you, like, whenever I need empathy, I have to pull from the empty bucket. I literally, it's like it like drops go into it. Like every day you get like 2 drops. And so it has to pool up, and then I have to reach into it and give it, right? Well, last night when you were discussing this thing, all I wanted to do, okay, because we'd already gone on a car ride to get Abigail. We had eaten an amazing dinner, by the way. Last night's dinner was fucking amazing. And so...
He's hilarious. It was...
I mean, I made it.
Leftover.
It was...
You ever heard that story? Honestly, it's so funny that you just said that because... So it's been a very long time since he's eaten a dinner and been like, this is delicious. Like, he'll always be like, it's okay. It could have used this. It could have used that. And last night it's cooking and he's like, that smells amazing.
First of all, the smell was insane.
Okay, but we've cooked so many things in this house and like, it's not, and he's like, it smells so.
Chilean peppers.
Oh my God.
And the garlic.
We had Fresno chilies.
And the Fresnos and the mushrooms and the lemon.
Well, I went to Pilates last night. I went to my 100th Pilates class last night, and I took a picture with my instructor, and they posted it.
Oh, that was your instructor?
Yeah. Okay. I just thought it was a random friend.
I'll save my comment for off.
No, she's amazing.
It's okay.
Anyway, so you're just what's wrong with you? But
she didn't look the instructor type to me.
No, she is. So, oh my God, what's wrong with you? So what was I even saying? Oh, I came home. I asked him to prep things for dinner. Came home, nothing was prepped for dinner, but he was busy with Abigail, so it was fair enough. But then, because he had already gotten the instruction, when we were finally home and able to start prepping, he was able to help. So he like chopped everything in preparation
I'm the sous chef. That's
for
what I
dinner.
do.
And it's been a long time since... I mean, not a super long time, but it's been a while.
I'm drinking Camus.
There you go. Maybe it was the wine. And so it's been a while since he's helped prep the dinner. And he's like sitting there going, oh my God, it smells so good. And then like we're eating it. And I mean, it tastes good, but like, I mean, in my opinion, a lot of things taste good that we make at home. It was a pasta dish. And he's like, this is delicious. Is there more? And there was this story when I was a kid that my babysitter told me. It was called The Perfect Pancake. And it was this very rich guy who lived in a house with a bunch of maids and stuff. And one day the parents weren't home and he wanted pancakes. And instead of having them made for him, she had him like literally forage the wheat to make the flour, to make, and get an egg from the chickens in the coop and made the pancakes. And the kid said it was the best pancake he's ever had in his entire life. And it was obviously because he put the work in, knew how hard it was.
So you're saying that it was the best because I put the work in.
While we were eating last night, I was literally like, he likes this. This is the perfect pancake that he's eating right now.
First of all, that is not the case.
It is 100% the case.
No, it smells so good.
No. You helped chop.
Okay, first of all,
dinner last night.
I help dinner every night.
You help a lot.
Thank you. And there's been many times where I've helped and it hasn't been the perfect pancake.
No, you guys, one time he took sausage, put it in like logs, like out of the casing, put it in logs, breaded it, cooked it in a pan.
I saw a video.
And then put it on top of pasta, and it was like, looked like logs.
looked like dead fingers.
It was so tough.
So gross.
But I sit there and I'm like, this isn't bad.
First
I'm
of all,
so
no,
encouraging.
you are so antagonizing. You sit there and you're like, it's like the most fakest words of encouragement.
No.
Yes, it is, because
I
would
appreciate
tell you,
when you help.
I would so much rather be like, this is really, really bad. Like, and we could laugh about that, because I would literally go, that's bad too. But you're like, really good.
No, I don't. Oh my, what are you doing?
Spitting out the food.
We're going to run out of time, and I don't know what this dusted manufacturing thing is.
Oh, we got a big order that came in, a redo order, and then we got all the ingredients in and go to manufacture, and then the machine's down. And I ended up ordering.
What is manufacturing down? Wiggled
a wire. Yeah. So the last time I brought the whole machine home, brought it to the garage. I took things apart. I was playing with it, and I replaced this part.
I thought you meant like you finagled like a wire transfer of funds to fix it. You're actually talking about like physically wiggling a wire inside the machine.
So there's this little part, and the part's like $10, right, for the part, but it's like $30 to ship it, and you only get free shipping if you order over. No, it was like free shipping.
It's like story of his life. Pasta tongs. He's like, I had to get $25 worth of shit. Wiggling a wire.
So I had to order 9 of these switches to get free shipping. And I basically spent $20 more to get all switches. But I thought, oh, the switch broke, so I'll need more of them. So it comes in. I put the switch in. Doesn't work.
This is the stove at the lake.
It's the stove at the lake.
Oh my!
And so I sit there and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I have it, and while I'm moving things to make sure I don't shock myself, or at least I shock myself shorter, is I'm pushing the button for power while I'm put my hand in this thing, and I move a wire over and it runs, and I'm like, I let go of the wire, doesn't work. Hit it, move the wire, push it, and I'm like, motherfucker. And so I'm literally looking at it and I'm checking the connections. Nothing's wrong. Everything's solid. But if you move the wire 2 inches, it runs.
Oh my God.
So I tucked the wire underneath other wires, and I was like, I fixed it. I fixed it. I put it back together. I was like, I did it. And then of course, listen, Brandon on our team, he oversees it, right? So I go, hey, by the way, man, I fixed it. And he's like, oh, well, see, and I go, no, it wasn't the switch. I wiggled the wire. I go, the good news is I know which wire it is. He goes, so what'd you do? Did you replace the wire? I'm like, no, I tucked it underneath the wires. He goes, so it'll break again.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon's like, that's exactly
I go, Brandon,
what I just...
no, we're going to wiggle the wires. like that's the plan.
Oh my gosh.
And so I've tucked it. It's working. And so
no, this was literally the stove at the lake, which we've already, I think, discussed. The stove wasn't working.
We replaced it.
We bought a whole
one. Came
new
out,
one.
Returned it because it wasn't working.
And it was really an electric issue.
Matter of fact, I think I just got the bill for that.
Got to pay it.
I'm not sure if that's a big bill or not.
Did you pay
taxes? Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Taxes, your friendly neighbor.
Yeah. We're getting rid of Florida property taxes.
Is it happening?
Yeah, everything was signed, I believe, but it's only for people who've homesteaded, and it's not all your property taxes. It's the property taxes. It's not going to be things like school and some other little things that get added on there.
Okay.
All that's going to happen is that everything's going to come back up. But remember I told you, because we were looking at buying this other property, I was like, hey, if we get this and we homestead this, or not if we homestead it.
I was going to say, we can't homestead that.
The property, you can only have one homestead property.
That's why I said we can't homestead that.
Right, which is why we're trying to get this other property off of our books, which will happen this year, so that the person who's buying that can homestead it. And then they'll save on their property taxes and insurance too. I'll tell you, insurance quotes $3,000 if you're the owner occupied. If you're not, $5,200.
Really?
It just goes up because you're not there. It's almost like
a liability.
It's like a renter. Like it's like
renter's
why
insurance.
Is a renter just going to burn the house down because I'm not the owner? Like why?
You do care less when it's not your property.
Yeah, but you not like care less. I want my house to burn down.
No.
Like who does that?
But you care less.
Is there a song that has to do with fire that we can end the show with?
We on fire up in here. It's burning hot.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
No, it's
Maria
not a
didn't
song.
even look like it was.
No, I think you made that up.
No, I didn't.
All right. Well, in any case, we're gonna wrap up here, call it a day, get back to work. We got a couple positions open.
Talk about your positions while I find.
No, literally, we have a new person started with embroidery, or we need a new position for embroidery. And I got multiple people that applied, mostly gas station clerks.
Was it wrong?
What?
What gas station clerks?
Yeah, but like people don't read. They're like, I'm like, we need an experienced embroiderer, and it's like this person's like, yeah, I'm like the deli clerk, and like it's like these people do not
Could be good.
do. No, they just. It's not about the position that they're doing. It's just that they're not experienced for the position we're hiring for.
Okay, wait. Yeah.
You're now rocking with the best.
I can really hear that when you put it up to the mic.
Up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire.
That's exactly what I just did, by the way.
She's pretty good.
Thank you, both of you.
All right, we'll see you next week.